You weren't. It's okay.
Psychotic and iconic.
You know I love you.
Psychotic and iconic.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 148 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-hosts Nick Theories and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to the live stream tonight. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. Good evening, freak.
Let's get it cracking, bro.
Let's do it. I need the pod. I miss it. We have been on for a week now.
You're telling me I gotta get my frustrations out right now, man. This is therapeutic for me, dude. My fence just fell down. I'm feeling it right now, bro.
Well, you know, it's okay. Things happen.
My fence fell down.
Even when you win, you lose.
That's facts, bro. It really is like that.
But
That's probably the title.
yeah, yeah. Even when you win, you lose. Hopefully, guys, just quick announcement. Hopefully, within the next month, we'll be going back to 2 days a week when things start to pick up with the NBA playoffs. As you know, NFL free agency is already picked up. So we should be getting back to Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock.
It's not that we should, like
We will.
we will.
Yeah.
That's
excuse
a fact.
Excuse me. My grammar was off there.
That's a fact. Yeah. Pump that shit up, yo. Play that shit one more time, bro. The fucking right it is.
All right, let's go. NBA talk. All right.
That's right.
So the NBA and the NBPA are close to agreeing on a minimum number of games to win major awards like the MVP. I think that's fantastic.
What's the threshold?
I don't know yet because they haven't agreed on it. I'm sure that's what they're bargaining for the new CBA. But I mean, I would guess it's going to have to be 65 to 70.
I think those people that make up these rules, they listen to P&I because we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I said, how many games do you have to play in order to win these awards? Remember, we talked about this. I said about 80%.
Yeah.
85%. I think that's kind of fair.
65 to 70, I think, because like I said, you can get a knick-knack injury and be out for 3-4 games. Or if, you could hurt your finger or something. And when you have, 2 games in 4, or I'm sorry, you have 3 games in 5 nights.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And you can miss those 3. So I think 65 to 70 games would be good because at that point, you're basically playing the whole season.
Yeah. Right. So 80% of 82 is what?
Well, I should say this real fast though. If you are healthy, if you have no injury, you should be playing 82 of 82. You shouldn't be sitting out for load management.
I don't know.
I do.
I don't know about that because look, everybody deserves a rest day. Look, do you go to work 82 out of 82 days? That's tough. That's what I'm saying.
No, but here's the difference.
Everybody deserves a rest day. Just the way they do it is just an extended period of time. They take a rest day this week. They take one next week. They take one the following week. But if you do it here and there and once in a blue moon, I'm not mad about that, bro.
I am.
Why?
Absolutely. Because here's the thing. We work for corporate America.
Yeah, but you got PTO.
We do get PTO, but I also don't get $200 million contracts.
I get that.
Number 2, the NBA is a union.
But that comes with the territory of being a professional athlete.
I get that.
You are afforded those luxuries. That's just what it is.
But here's
bro.
the thing. You are paid based upon an 82 games season.
I got it.
But
bro.
Nick, here's my thing. Listen, when you're in the NBA, you're in a union. The NBA is a union. So when you're a union worker and you miss a day of work, what happens? You don't get paid for that day. So if you're going to sit out for load management, you should lose that game check.
So what if you play 3 games in a row and you are really sore, dude? Like treatment didn't help you and you just needed to take a night off where you needed the extra rest. I think that's fair, bro.
I don't. You are a highly trained professional athlete. What about the guys that are in 100-degree weather in buildings with no air condition, hanging drywall and finishing drywall? Do they get to work 4 days and say, I'm going to take off Friday and I want to get paid for it?
But what about the owners that invest money, big time money into these contracts for these guys? So if your guy is ailing in some way after 3 straight games, I'm not mad if my guy takes a day off because I need him for the whole season.
I understand.
That's where I'm like, I see that. I'm not mad about that, dude.
It comes with the territory.
Yeah, like if you take if you take 1 day off every week, I have a problem with that. But if you take 1 day every 2-3 months, I'm not mad about that.
Me neither, but you don't get your game check.
That's stupid though.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. You're not going to work. You shouldn't get paid.
But That's down up to you. That's up to the owners. The owners
I understand that,
them.
but no, I'm saying that should be that the owners should say that. And
But
I know
they're
that
not going to though.
I understand. Well, they can't because the inmates run the asylum.
That, and again, they're protecting their investment. I get what you're saying, and the premise of it, I totally understand. If you go to work, if you have a job and you can't go to work, you shouldn't be able to get paid. I get that. But when you are a professional athlete and you have some ailments and you just need a rest day,
you play through them. That's your job. That is your job, to show up in peak condition, have durability, and be an athlete. That is your job. That is the job that you sign up for. Do you know the last MVP to play all 82 games? Do you know who it was?
LeBron,
Kobe Bryant, 2008. Why
really?
is it that all of those athletes that were playing 80, 81, 82, all those guys were playing those games and they weren't having the amount of injuries that we see in the NBA now? Because their bodies aren't used to it. What do they say with football? Oh, you got to get back into football shape. You need to hit more. That's what it is. You need to get used to getting hit. With the NBA, they don't practice anymore. You've heard every athlete say it. They don't practice. They take rest days. How much fucking time off do you need? That is your job. That is your responsibility as a professional athlete to go out there and perform. You're an entertainer.
So what's your threshold? Like, what would you propose? Like, if they had to come up with an amount of games you had to play, what would you say?
65 to 70.
Ooh. So I think that's kind of low. Because what you're telling me is they're not going to get paid for 17 games if you go to 65.
I'm saying with being hurt. No. If you are legitimately hurt, that's okay. I understand that.
So what you're saying is if you're hurt and you're in the running for the award, you should be a candidate, is what you're saying.
Yes.
That's just injury related.
Correct. But like Kawhi Leonard's 20 games
that's crazy.
Sitting out, no injuries.
That doesn't make any
sense. That's not fair.
That's what I have a problem with. Not once in a blue moon. I'm not mad about that.
Yeah.
But the 20 games is ridiculous, bro.
But that's the problem. You give an inch, they want a mile. That's exactly what it is. So LeBron James is playing more than him. He's 38 years old.
That?
I told you. I think that they should. If they sit out for load management, you should lose a game check.
That's not going to happen, though.
I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. That's how I think to fix.
Because the Players Association would not agree to that.
Well, I know that.
For them.
I understand that, but my point is that I'm just saying, if load management is important to them, then say it. Is load management really important that you're going to miss a couple $1 million?
Is load management a problem with the fans, or is it more or less the league? Because to me, the league doesn't really give a shit.
No, I think the league cares. Absolutely. When you have a nationally televised game on TNT or ESPN at 9:00 on a Saturday, and it's the Lakers versus the Warriors, and Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Ant Davis are sitting out for load management. Yeah, that hurts the product.
No, I get that. I totally get that. But that doesn't happen all the time.
It's happened.
Sure, it has.
It happened. It was years ago. It was like 2016 is the one I'm referring to right now, where it was the Spurs and the Warriors. The Spurs were still the Spurs, or maybe it was 2014. Duncan, Parker, all of them sat out, and the Warriors sat out. And I remember there was a whole bunch of things going on about it because it was a nationally televised game, a good game on a Saturday night, and the guys sat out for rest.
But that was strategic for the Spurs because they had an aging group.
But again, bro,
that was the whole premise of it, because I think Popovich came out kind of like,
that's when he started it. He was doing it with Tim Duncan and them.
Yeah.
But again, if you're 38 years old and you need a game, okay, I get it. But the problem is you can't have 25-year-olds sitting out for load management.
I agree with that. Totally agree. Unless you have a condition, you're you could take a rest. But other than that, you should be able to play. I get it. My threshold would be 70 games. 70 to 70, about 70 games. That's about 80%.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair assessment, bro. I think 70 games out of 82 is a lot. If he missed 12 games due to rest and injury, I'm cool with that.
Or maybe even if they implemented something where you get 5 games of load management.
Because what does 12 games do for you in terms of the MVP race?
Well, I mean, the last 12 games, Joel Embiid has probably leaked Nikola Jokic.
Outside the last 12, I'm talking about if you missed in the middle of the season, but yet you started surging late. Does those 12 games really matter in the grand scheme?
They can.
If we want to talk about stat padding, then yeah, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not stat padding at that point. You're going by the averages of what you've done in the 70 games. And if my averages are better than somebody at 82, even though they're a candidate and my team is in the playoffs, whereas their team is an 8th seed, I'm a 4th seed, I should be able to get the MVP. I missed 12 games. I'm a 4th seed and my averages are better. Just because you made the playoffs, what does that matter?
Yeah, but then again, at that point, if you're a higher seed, that's telling me that the team around you is better. You have more support. You have a better supporting cast.
It's arguable.
So for the MVP, the most valuable player at that point to me would be the 8th seed.
That's arguable.
The scenario, if you look at it, 2016 when Russell Westbrook won it, it was Russell Westbrook versus James Harden. Or whenever KD left, I think it was 2016 when KD left. They were saying like, oh, isn't it about winning? Because the Houston Rockets, I think, were the 1 seed, and Russell Westbrook and them were like the 4th or the 5th seed. But Russell Westbrook won it, averaging a triple-double. Because he was on a worse team.
I think that's where everything gets lost. Is like, all right, well, how do we measure the MVP? Are we measuring it by winning? Are we measuring it by stats?
It's a collective. It's a collective effort. It goes by defense. It goes by defense. It goes by scoring, rebounds, assists, 3 points, and stuff like that. Where seeding does matter. Seeding absolutely matters. That's why this year Nikola Jokic is more. He's more likely to win it this year than he should have in the past 2 seasons.
Because he's the 1 seed.
They're the 1 seed. Like he's having an awesome season.
So why would you think that Embiid propelled him?
Like past them?
Mm-hmm.
He's just dominant. He's dominating. He's averaging 33 points a game.
3rd seed though.
But he's averaging 33 points a game.
Bro, I know. What I'm trying to portray is this is the arguments that happen. Like there is no really standard of why you're the MVP. Like if you're going by winning, you're going to give it to Jokic because he has the stats and he's the 1 seed. Embiid, you could tell by the eye test, he's much more dominant. He has been way more dominant.
More important too.
Right. That clutch ass shot that he hit and to win the game.
That was the moment that he overtook him.
I agree with you because that's a big moment. Like when you can hit clutch shots like that.
And on the at the same time, Jokic failed in the clutch, missed 2 game-winning jumpers.
That was against the Blazers, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So like those are defining moments. Like to me, MVPs are defining moments. It's winning. It's stats. It's everything. Combined. When you just have a 1 seed and you have and your stats are good, but somebody else is better statistically, and they're the 3rd seed in the other conference. That's hard to gauge, bro. Where do you now? What is the underlining decision to be the MVP? Like that's where I don't know.
Yeah. That's a great point, and I understand what you're saying. What is it?
I don't know. Like, are you going by these weird ass statistics that they have on computers now?
Well, I mean, if you do that, here's the thing: do you think Jokic is a good defender? No, he's horrible. He stinks. He's a terrible defender. Mm-hmm. But if you look at one of those weird analytical ratings, according to history, he's a top 5 defender ever. Like, come on, man. Like Raptor or something like that. I forget what it's called.
I don't get into those stats.
Me neither, because they're corny.
Meaningless. Like
all they do, nerds that don't understand basketball and eye test, they plug in these little numbers into a system, and it tells you something that does not correlate with what you're watching.
It's phony measurables.
It is. And there's no data to back it up.
Like I get it, like the statistics aspect. If people want to rely on that, that's cool. That's what they could do. I don't rely on that. So like how do the voters, people who rely on statistics versus who don't, how do you disparage? Like how do you? I know.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough to be honest, and I understand what you're saying about that. It's just like I don't. With Jokic and Embiid and things like that, like you bring up a good point because the Nuggets are the 1 seed, the Sixers are the 3rd seed for now anyway. But when you look at eye test, dude, it's Embiid. But it's a total collective effort of what they did that season. Clutch moments, things like that.
I'm with you.
So
I say 70 games, you have 65
to 70.
Okay, that's fair.
Without sitting out.
We're on the same.
All right, Sixers on a 5-game win streak. What do you think their ceiling is?
Oh, man.
Speaking of the Sixers, we should say, we were just talking about Embiid.
Personally, man, I want to say the finals because they have Embiid. Embiid is right now, in my opinion, he is the MVP.
So proud of you.
But their ceiling is the finals. If it's not the finals, then it's the Eastern Conference.
Their ceiling is they can win it all.
Wow. I ain't going that far.
They will smack Denver in the finals.
Well, who says Denver is going to the finals?
Oh, no, I'm saying if they met Denver.
Oh, yeah.
They'll smack Denver.
Denver's not going to the finals.
Why? They got the MVP, from what I'm told. Great defender, triple-double machine.
They could. I mean, look, they very well could. I just don't believe.
Although
they will.
Murray just got nicked up.
I don't believe they will. I think there's a team that we're going to talk about later that is going to go is going to be in the finals. But I mean, to win the NBA finals, bro, that's going to be tough, bro, because Milwaukee's really fucking good. The Celtics are really good, although the Celtics are kind of sputtering a little bit.
They just lost to the Rockets.
I know. They got their ass beat too.
Wild.
I know.
But no, I think the Sixers can go to the finals. I think the Sixers can win the finals. James Harden's been playing excellent, shooting a career high from 40%. Embiid's averaging 33 points a game. Maxi's coming on strong. Jalen McDaniels has been a nice pickup. Tobias Harris, bro. I mean, he's averaging like 12 points a game. He's on some shit.
He sucks, bro.
He actually, like, when you look at it, he really might go down as the worst max contract in NBA history.
Dude, when we signed him to the max, I was like, what are we doing?
I know.
You
it's Tobias Harris.
Handcuffed yourself, because if you could have imagine subbing Tobias out for like a KD star, because it's a max contract.
We had Jimmy Butler.
I know.
Say what you want about Jimmy Butler. He took the Heat to the finals.
No, we should have kept Jimmy Butler.
Yes.
We should have kept him. We would have him, Embiid, Maxey, Harden. We would be fucking awesome, dude.
Oh my God, yeah, because Ben still would have had the meltdown, and you would have traded him.
We would have been good. We would have been squeaky clean, dude, off all the problems that we had.
I know.
Now we're back to the problems because we paid it. We have a bad contract on our hands.
We'll be all right. We're going to the finals.
But that's the thing. They have to, though.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I'm telling you, it's a do or die season for the Sixers.
It's a very big
really
season.
is, bro. It really is.
All right. Ja Morant checks into a counseling center in Florida out indefinitely.
Respect, brother. Respect. I respect that, bro.
I don't.
When he comes
100%.
It's a PR stunt. It's bullshit.
I respect.
When he comes in
He
on
ain't even doing it.
when
You
Twitter,
don't think so?
He's not fucking doing it.
You don't think he's going to the counseling?
He's not going to counseling. It's purely for PR, just to say they did. What is the counselor going to say? Don't pull out a gun on Instagram Live. What the fuck could a counselor say to him?
I swear I was going to say this because I had the question too. Here's my one question I have, and I'm generally asking this. If he's actually there getting help for whatever's going on, cool. But what is he getting help for? Like that, I'm genuinely asking that. Like, okay, he checked into a counseling. He checked into a counseling center. He's trying to help himself. That's cool.
That's personal.
But
that's fucking.
But what is it?
It's personal.
But personal what? Because right now it looks like he's checking in because he flashed the gun on Instagram. So what was it? He needs to work on himself and be better. Okay, but how does that correlate with you putting a gun on Instagram? That's all I'm asking. I'm not even saying that to be an asshole. I'm genuinely asking.
That's my point.
What is he in a counseling center for? Like, what is the counseling on?
You want me?
How not to be an idiot?
No, do you
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Hi, sir. What are you in here for? Man, I'm addicted to coke. I can't stop popping pills. I'm stealing from my family. I'm being a really bad person. What are you in here for? I was in the strip club spending 50 grand. Big bitch was shaking her ass on my face. And then I whipped out a gun on my live with a probably $200,000 chain. Okay. How can I help you?
Maybe he's checking his ego.
But how the fuck does it? Where's a counselor get a degree in ego checking?
Well, this is what I think about it.
I love you, dude. This
is what I think about it.
Sis.
I think he's getting counseling because we talked about this the other week. The fortune and fame at a young kid.
Yes.
That could fuck with you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe he's trying to figure out a way that he can kind of like calm down. You know what I mean? Stop buying into the media, hyping him up and shit like that. Like, be humble. That's probably what I think he's trying to work on, being humble.
Nope.
Maybe. Am I wrong?
So here's my thing. I don't.
Based on the optics, that's kind of how I see it.
Yo, FR, I don't disagree with you on that aspect. But my point is, again, and I keep going back to the same question. What are you working on, bro? Like, there was the only thing that has ever come out negative about Ja Morant was him involving violence and guns. And it's like, okay, but again, that's not a mental health crisis, bro. It's immaturity. Things like that. That's
right.
But you don't go to a counseling center because you're immature.
No, but he's trying to figure out a way to cope. He's trying to figure out, okay, how do I become a superstar, but like stop getting myself involved in stupid shit? Because there's a lot of like outside, I don't know, fucking outside
pressure and peer pressure. I get that though, but no
influences, like outside influences that can influence me to do something stupid that can really damage
stop
my
listening
career.
to Lil Baby then, because every time I see you dancing to Lil Baby, you got a fucking piece on.
That's why you got to check who's your inner circle, bro, and that's what I mean.
And I understand
that's not what a counselor does.
That's why I'm confused, and that's what I'm genuinely asking. And like you said, I actually really do understand what you're saying, and I think you make a really good point because it's making me think a little bit. But at the core of the issue, I'm just trying to say, like, when I read that he was going to a counseling center, I'm like, okay, for what? And I swear I'm asking people, Twitter, for what? I just want to know what's it for? How is that going to help you when they ask you why you're here? And it's because I'm punching people in the face and threatening to shoot them and pointing a laser at them from a gun through a car. Like, okay, dude, you want to be a gangbanger? Okay, I don't understand how counseling
could be it. That could be it. Like
an identity crisis.
Maybe he wants to be a gangbanger. But he's like, yo, I got a $200 million contract on deck. I need to get help ASAP before I lose this.
Maybe it's an identity crisis.
I don't know, Phil. What do you think?
No, this is where have I got this? This is so much easier than anything either of you two just said. He made he made too big of a mistake that everyone saw, and this is a massive PR.
I actually really agree with Phil there.
This is a PR nightmare for him and the NBA
and
right
the Grizzlies.
Now, and for the Grizzlies and the PR team. That they're like, well, what do? We have to do something. We have to give the public something that says that we're doing something about this. So what do they say? They make up some bullshit and they say he's going to counseling.
Phil, and
what's he going to do at counseling? Nothing. But it's at least we're telling the public something.
And Nick, you know what? Actually, to piggyback off of Phil. What's one of the biggest issues in American politics? Gun violence. Yep. And now you have a star, 23 years old, on the verge of becoming one of the best American basketball players, already a top 10 guy. In 5 years, could Ja Morant be the best American-born NBA player? Absolutely. Why couldn't he? Now you got him flashing guns everywhere and gun violence, something that's already a huge debate in American politics. Now you have kids looking up to him. So the PR stunt does make sense because that was my first thing was, why are you going to a counseling center in Florida, dude?
I was shocked when I heard it.
Me too. Shocked. I was more confused than shocked because I'm just like,
well,
what?
No, I'm shocked. I was shocked. I mean, he took time to go to Florida. I mean, so are we not believing him to he's going to counseling?
It's not that I don't believe him. For me, it's I don't know how many times I can say it, bro. What are you getting counseling for? Like
I don't believe it.
Yeah, like I actually no, I agree with Phil in that aspect that yeah, it's a PR stunt. We have a major issue in the world with the whole gun debate, and we're not getting into that tonight, but we have an issue with gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
We have a completely divided country on gun violence, and you have one of the biggest celebrities and superstars in a massive market flashing a gun every 2 weeks, punching minors, running into his house, putting a gun in his waist saying he'll blow his shit out. Then going on there, then there's reports of him leaving a club, pointing a laser through a car. The NBA doesn't want that publicity. And like Phil said, okay, so what is it? The NBA didn't suspend them. Colorado dropped the thing, the case against them, the investigation. The NBA didn't do anything. Now it's the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are handling it. Yo, Ja, say you're going to a counseling thing, make it look like you're taking the help that you need, and go from there. If he doesn't come back for the beginning of the playoffs, I'll be shocked.
Perfect.
Wow. I just read something crazy. Ja Morant could cost himself $39 million in his next contract.
Yeah. Because they're already saying that they may pull it. Powerade pulled it.
Well, no. It's because it has something to do with making the All-NBA team.
Oh, shit.
And he was a lock to make it.
Klay Thompson lost that.
And he might lose $36 million. Or
Klay Thompson lost that money.
Wow.
I forgot Klay Thompson did lose that money too. That's true too. I didn't even think of that.
Shit. That's a lot of bread, dog.
But you know, hey bro, I don't have sympathy for shit like that. I really don't, because it's stupid and it doesn't need to be like that. You should have enough brains to do that. I don't care if you're 23, 33, 43, 26. You should have enough brains to not go on your Instagram live.
I agree with that. That was fucking dumb as hell. Let's call it what it is. It was dumb as shit.
Oh, and they're saying, oh, he wasn't drinking. All right, bro. Well, I mean, here's the thing.
Look,
was he really not drinking?
I get it. It's a big ass mistake, but yo, it's going to cost him $39 million to flash a gun in an Instagram live.
Yeah, it should.
Did he commit a crime?
Yeah. He did. He traveled into an arena. He traveled on a plane with a gun that you're not allowed to do per NBA rules.
Is he concealed though?
It doesn't matter. You're not allowed to have a gun with them. No, not through the NBA. And not for nothing, it's dangerous as shit to be in a strip club with alcohol, coke, weed, and you have a pistol on you.
Well, it's also dangerous to be an NBA superstar in public places too.
No, he rented out a private VIP room.
That was confirmed?
Yeah, it was.
Interesting.
Rented out a private VIP room.
He keep that thing on him, guys. Yeah, he keep that thing.
And here's the thing: if he's just walking around and it's on his hip, I don't have a problem with that.
Neither.
I don't have a problem with
Neither,
that,
no.
especially somebody of that social status.
No, I get it.
I get that.
You gotta protect yourself.
Absolutely. You're so what's going on. I mean, never mind. That doesn't even have anything to do with it. But I'm just saying, I understand that. But what he did, no, he was trying to be cool. And you know what he did? You're right. He probably cost himself $39 million.
That's a shame, bro, because he's only 23 years old, bro. He's such a baby
Well,
compared
look,
to everybody.
but Nick, here's the thing.
That's fucked up.
He got off easy.
So maybe
because nobody got hurt. It didn't get worse. And maybe it's going to get better before it gets worse. Minimal damage. He's got to do this. It sucks because he's throwing away a great season where the West is wide open and they have a chance to win. Too. Absolutely, it hurt his image.
That's why he's going to counseling. It hurt his image.
I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with it.
It can affect you personally because when you're at the high, bro, when you are that high in status and you feel so good about yourself and you're so accomplished, and then you come back down to earth, everybody's on you about the gun. That could fuck with you a little bit.
Yeah, but
dude.
The devil comes for you at your highest.
But they always say, don't get too high and don't get too low.
Stay even keel.
Stay even keel. And that's the reason, bro. That's exactly what happened.
I don't know. LeBron James is worth $1 billion.
Well, LeBron James he's an anomaly, bro. We don't see that often, bro. It's
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Devin Booker, Luka, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant.
Well, they haven't won shit for them to feel like that.
What did he win?
Well, he feels self-accomplished. Came from a small
school. Oh, well, he's going to have
State.
a lot. If he's really in there, he's going to have a lot of time to think.
Came from a small school, Murray State, went to the Grizzlies, changed the whole organization around, and now they're rocking and rolling, bro. He's regarded as one of the best NBA players, and he's 23 years old. That could fuck with you, bro. I think that's exactly what happened. I think he just.
But again, to me, they're two separate points.
I see the PR stunt. Like I actually kind of like now I'm processing the information. I'm like, all right, I can see that. Like that actually makes sense. It's called cover your ass, bro. That's exactly
100%.
So I can see that angle. So I'm not going to argue against that.
I hope if he really does go there, I hope everything works out. I hope he comes back and everything is cool.
Bro, I love Ja Morant.
Me too. I'm a fan of Ja Morant.
I love him, dude.
Yeah, I started to hate the Grizzlies. They're my Buffalo Bills.
They're your Buffalo Bills, bro.
They don't stop talking shit. They've been to the second round and they're talking about their dynasty. Insane talk. All right, last NBA, and then we get on to the NFL and free agency crazy stuff. Nick, give me your scariest team in the East and in the West. And by scariest, I mean a team you don't want to face, a team that could go on a deep run, and things of that nature.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the New York Knicks in the East. I think they play extremely tough. I like their roster the way it's constructed. I think their weak point is Mitchell Robinson. That guy is a fucking skeleton down low. He's worthless, bro. Fuck that guy. He can't even score 8 points in the fucking game. I had his over 7.5 the other night and got me 4 points.
I give you 7.5.
Fucking insane, bro. But anyway, no, RJ Barrett's playing extremely well. He's they're gonna get Brunson back. Grimes he's a solid piece. Josh Hart. They got quickly. He could ball. He's quick, like literally quickly.
He is a good player.
No pun intended. Obi Toppin. He plays some tough minutes, but that guy Hartenstein, man, I like the way he plays, dude. Low key, he's a solid defender, solid rebounder. I actually like their depth pieces. And I think when they get Brunson back, they're going to be even scarier. And of course, I didn't even mention Julius Randle, who's playing in a high level. I really like this team.
He's played every game this year.
This team is scary, bro. They can beat somebody in the first round, 100%.
I agree. Who's your West? Or wait, I'll do my East and then you go West. For me, I wanted to say Cavaliers. I wanted to say the Heat because I know I said that I think their run's over. I said that their window closed.
Okay.
But Jimmy Butler can still play. Spoelstra is a top 3 coach. Bam. Like they do, like there's just something now that's just making me feel like, that's a scary team. Because I look at it and I'm like, okay, if the Sixers meet them in round 1, like I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. No.
Yeah,
So-
you weren't paying attention.
No, I was. You said the Heat. I got it, dude. I'm with you. What the fuck are you talking about? I wasn't paying attention.
So,
Don't do
I
me-
said,
don't do me like that.
I said
What the
10
fuck
other
is that?
things in the middle, and you said, "Oh yeah, you said the Heat."
No, I know, and I got your point.
I'm just
understand
checking
it.
you.
I was just intrigued why you chose the Heat,
So-
and that you made your point. I was like, wow, okay.
It's that,
I'm
and
shocked
then,
by it.
but the real biggest threat in the East is the Sixers. But they're a top 3 seed, so I felt like they didn't fit.
Well, Sixers are the hottest right now, so
Yeah.
of course.
But for me, it's the Heat. And like I said, I'm kind of contradicting myself because I think 2 weeks ago I said the Heat's window closed. But like I said, when I look at it, I'm like, damn, Jimmy Butler's playing good again. And they're just, they're a gritty team. They play good defense.
Their point differentials in the negatives, though.
I know.
That's kind of like, ugh, it's a stain.
I know.
But out of the
If they
teams-
played the Heat, though, in the first round, I'd probably lean Heat.
wow. I mean, the Heat are definitely. I mean, they should make the playoffs, right?
They're
They
gonna
got a
be in the
comfortable
play-in, probably.
Yeah. You think they'll finish the 7th seed?
I think they're gonna be the 7th seed because they're 3 games behind
the Knicks
the Knicks.
and the Nets.
They're 4 games behind the Nets.
No.
Yeah, because it goes by losses. Because you can make up losses, you can't make up wins.
Okay.
So,
okay.
well, that's how I view it. If I'm wrong,
bro, checked me. I like that. Well, I don't view it that way. Bottom line, they're down 3 games.
yeah. So when you see that, that's just the way I'm looking at it. I'm surprised though. The Nets are hanging on, and that's what I'm talking about with KD.
Yo, they got better.
Michael Bridges,
I think they got a little bit
or
better.
Mikal Bridges, whatever. He can play, dude. It's sad that we didn't.
We just let him
get
walk like a fucking asshole.
Pitiful. All right, who's your West?
The Golden State Warriors. Period.
Wow.
Period, bro. They're the defending champs. They're the 5th seed. Nobody's talking about them. They're 10.5 games back of first place. I think, I mean, I know the West is kind of tight, but I think they're gonna finish around the 4th seed. I think the Suns are gonna take a step back with KD getting hurt.
Mhm.
I think that was a big loss for them. They got Steph back. They got Clay. They got Draymond, Jordan Poole. I think Jordan Poole back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're locked and loaded. They're ready to go. They won two in a row. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Yeah, this team is prime and ready, dude. I mean, if they play home games, if they have home court, or if they have like a home court advantage in the playoffs, it's over, dude. They are lethal when it comes to being at home. They're a different team. Like them at home versus away.
I think they only have 8 wins.
Bro.
They only have 8 wins on the road, or 7
Dude, they're
wins on the
7
road.
and 26
Yeah, they're
on the road.
garbage
They're
on the road.
29-7 at home. That's amazing. That's insane, dude. Like that's 2 different teams, bro.
Yeah, I know.
But in the playoffs, you got to be able to win on the road at least once or twice. You have to.
Obviously, yeah. So I know you think I'm gonna pick the Lake Show, but I'm not. It's the Warriors.
Oh wow, we agree.
I was shocked when
Oh,
you said that.
shit.
I was kind of pissed because I'm like, damn, and I was gonna switch it real fast,
Wow.
but I keep it a bean.
I like that.
The Warriors are a team right now that just because of that road record, the entire NBA, that is really misleading.
Mhm.
The only issue with the Warriors right now is they're not going to have Andrew Wiggins because he's dealing with a personal issue. I hope everything's all right, but I don't know what that is. It's been tight-lipped. The Warriors are the scariest team though,
They are.
and I would say after that would be the Clippers.
I can't.
Well, I think
I can't,
the
bro.
Lakers are going on a run. The Lakers are not going to be in the play-in. They're going to be in the playoffs. That I guarantee.
Dude, I can't trust the Clippers, bro.
I know.
I'm one
I
of them
know.
people. I just cannot trust them.
Yeah, but I am the same way, dude, with the Warriors, and I think a lot of people are overlooking them, and it's dangerous.
Yep.
It's a big, big, big mistake. I wouldn't be surprised if it wound up being them and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
They're overlooking them because of their record.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what,
That is so
the series everybody needs: Warriors Suns. Steph versus KD.
Well, is KD going to come back though?
He's coming back for the playoff. I'm saying in the playoffs,
You sure about that?
they're saying he's going to come back with about 10 or less games in the regular season.
Confirmed when?
Yeah.
Well, the last
Well,
time
they
I
were
heard-
talking about, he's out for. They said he might be out for the regular season, but I think they're going to bring him back 5 or so games because they got to get some camaraderie and
Yeah,
some,
no,
and
I
some
get that.
gel in there.
Otherwise, they're going to be just they'll
Yeah.
be just like
And
the Nets.
They're top heavy. They have no depth at all. Their bench is atrocious. But it's when you have Kevin Durant and
That's
Devin
the price
Booker,
you pay.
you should be all right.
True
You should be able
story.
to go. And DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton's really good. So that's where I am on that. Warriors Suns will be an awesome series.
So KD's coming back with that many games, but what is his injury? It's an ankle, but did they even
He
like?
rolled his ankle. It's like a sprained ankle. I don't know what grade it is though.
Interesting.
He rolled it during warm-ups. Did you ever see that before? Somebody go
I-
out for a few weeks rolling their ankle in a warm-up? I've never seen that.
I've never seen that, but I've never heard of somebody being out for a month or
Well, they
more.
said if it was the playoffs, they would play him. But however, Nick, he just came off of an MCL issue and now an ankle issue. You got to rest him. I get that because you just gave up everything to get him.
So is he hurt?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. You didn't see them roll his ankle?
But should he play? If
No.
he's able to play right now.
No.
But you just said if it was the playoffs, he would be able to play.
That's what they said, yeah.
So why is that okay? So he's getting a rest.
He has a legitimate injury.
A legitimate injury.
Because you can push through that pain.
I don't know, bro.
Absolutely.
But wouldn't you push through that pain for a paycheck?
What do you mean?
According to our rules, right?
Yeah.
That we've talked about earlier in this pod. You said if you're injured, then yeah, you should get the pay. But if you could play and you are somewhat ailing, you should be able to play because you need to earn your paycheck.
I'm taking what
paycheck.
James Jones said. I don't know if that's true. James Jones came out and said that if the playoffs started now, KD would play. But if KD is choosing to sit out, he should be docked a game check.
Okay.
Absolutely. If you can play, you got to play. But again, he got legitimately hurt.
But that's where the rules would never change, bro, because now you're drawing the line. You don't even know where you could stand. It's too grainy of a subject for you to even fall on either side.
I know that. But my thing is, dude,
do both ways.
I get that. But bro, he has a legitimate injury, dude. It's not like
it. But if he could play, if it was playoffs, if it was do or die, and he could be out there, but yet we are fourth in the Western Conference.
I got your point. I get it.
For a playoff spot because I think they are.
Yeah.
They're not locked to make the playoffs.
No.
They're
And
really not.
You bring up a good counter argument to what I was saying, and I'm thinking about it now as I'm going back and forth with you. But you know, it's weird
subject, bro. That needs
at that point you have to like trust the player in a sense to make the right choice, like play. But again, I watched him roll his ankle during that warm up.
I did too.
It's a nasty roll.
Yeah,
like I know he's in pain. But James Jones said he could play. So it's like, all right, well, at that point, no, I side with the player. Don't further injure yourself. But again, if you have an injury, I'm okay with it. If you're sitting out for rest, I'm not okay with it.
Well, if the Suns need somebody to mop some floors, I'm your guy because I'll mop every fucking inch of that fucking hardwood floor.
Make money. All right, let's go to NFL. I'm tired of this NBA talk now.
Yeah,
let's do the NFL. Hit it, Phil. I shouldn't even said anything. My bad. All right. Bears trade the first pick to the Panthers for DJ Moore, a 2023 first, 2024 first, 2023 second, 2025 second. Now, apparently, the Panthers may trade down again. So they trade up.
I don't believe that.
To trade down. What sense does that make?
I don't believe that. I think that's a bullshit thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I know. Actually, I do too because I don't understand.
No, I think they got their quarterback. I think they know who they're going to take. I think they're just going to take the extra month to reevaluate. I think it's going to be Bryce Young.
I think it's Anthony Richardson.
Really? See, I don't think that. I think Anthony Richardson measures up with the combine measurables. Looks great. But what about what's his name? Mike Mamula. He had a fucking awesome combine. The Eagles took him, and he was the worst fucking draft pick of all time. So yeah, like there's a lot of things. I mean,
he flopped like your fence.
Like. Yeah, that's fucked up, bro. Go ahead, you pop.
No, go ahead, fine, go off.
I can't. You hurt my feelings.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just.
I'm sad.
Go ahead, theories.
What were we talking about? We were talking about the first round pick. No, the measurables. Yes, you would draft him if you were looking for the best measurables in the combine, yes, he's your guy. But your quarterback ain't broad jumping. He's not. It don't fucking matter. Can you throw the ball? Can you throw it accurately? Can you do it under pressure? Can you read defenses? Can you do all those things? Can you be a leader? Can you be all those
Can you throw guys
matter?
Open? Can you throw guys open?
Correct. Can you make the right play? Can you limit your mistakes? Can you read like everything that's going on? Like that, those things matter in the game. So based on his college tape, he's not the best quarterback in this draft.
No.
Bryce Young is the guy. So I think they're going to go with Bryce Young. It's a brand you could trust. Shout out, James, right? It's a brand you could trust. It's Alabama. I mean, look, the Alabama's quarterbacks haven't statistically or historically haven't really panned out outside of probably Jalen Hurts in the last 4 or 5, maybe Mac Jones if you want to throw in there. But, you know.
Mac's going to have a bounce back year.
I mean, look, but yeah, I think they're taking the upside. He's been in a pro style offense. He's been with Saban. He's been coached hard. I think they're going to go for
because the betting favorite right now, CJ Stroud, who they said that they loved. So I don't know. I mean, I truly believe right now it's wide open.
They could be doing that because maybe another team loves CJ Stroud and they're willing to go up and go get the number 1 pick. Maybe that could be the case.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's again, when you get the number 1 pick, you have a lot of ammo to just talk, spread rumors.
Maybe they leapfrogged to the 1 because they knew the Colts would bite to get up there. And then now at 4, 1 and 2, it would be the Colts and Houston both need a quarterback. The Cardinals, they do need a quarterback, but they're not going to take one.
No.
And then at 4, the Panthers, they could have Richardson, Will Levis, or Bryce Young, or whoever slides or whatever. So maybe that's why they wanted to do. They just wanted to get to the front of the line, but I doubt it.
I don't think so. I don't think they're trading
because
back,
at that point you still lost DJ Moore. You can't even recoup that. So
no, I don't think they're trading back. I think overall, what's your thoughts on the trade overall?
I thought the Bears smoked them. I don't really understand what the Panthers are thinking there, to be honest. You alluded to this. Who's the wide receiver there?
Well, they have Laviska Shenault. They have
garbage.
Shi Smith. They
garbage.
Have, what is this? Terrace Marshall. Jr.
Garbage. So it's like you're going to bring in that guy. You're going to bring in Stroud or Young or Richardson or Will Levis, and it's going to be like, okay, so now who do you throw to?
And they traded CMC last year.
And they traded CMC. So again, I thought the Bears, I mean, what they got back is ridiculous. Now the Bears, to complete their draft, need to go and draft Bijan Robinson and set that offense up for the next 5 years.
So what I'm looking at with the Panthers, it looks like the Bears and the Panthers swapped. Like the Panthers are now the new Bears.
Yes.
They're going to be a quarterback-centric team with no offensive weapons and a decent offensive line. I think their offensive line is way better than the Bears.
Oh, for
and
sure.
And their defense is pretty stout too, Carolina. I will give them credit on that. So he is going to have trouble in terms of confidence. Like I don't know why you would put your young quarterback in a predicament like that. Personally, I don't know. And I believe Carolina's they have the second most cap space, or they,
the Bears,
or they're in the middle of the pack, right? The
Bears.
No, the Panthers.
Oh yeah, the
Bears have the most. I'm not worried about the Bears. The Bears smoked them. Then Bears. They got a wide receiver 1 for
highway robbery.
They got a wide receiver 1. They got 4 draft picks, 2 firsts, 2 seconds. They moved back 8 slots in the draft. Okay, who gives a fuck? They moved back 8 slots. You know who they're going to take? And Jigma Smith from Ohio State, another wide receiver. So now they're going to give Fields more. They're going to give him Smith, and they're going to have.
I don't know if they take him.
I do. Because I think they do, Mike.
Here's the problem: why would you give up a second for Claypool, and then after you trade for DJ Moore? Why do you need another wide receiver? Because if you don't think Chase Claypool is that guy, then what were you doing giving up a second rounder for him?
Because they're going to follow the model of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what they're doing. They're going to draft.
Well, the problem is the Eagles have the best O-line in football. Well, they need to go and build their offensive line. They need to draft a lineman at number 8.
Totally agree. But they have a second round pick to get another lineman, a guard, a tackle, one of them. And they also have cap space to go out and go get that tackle. They can make a trade for maybe Tunsil or something. They can go get somebody on the offensive line. I know there's going to be a lot of offensive line, veteran guys are going to be available. A la Shaq Mason from the Bucks, he's going to be available. Donovan Smith, left tackle from the Bucks, he's going to be available. They're already available.
They can go get all of them.
They can go get those guys, rebuild that offensive line, and then they're back in.
I mean, no, they would be a top team in that division.
You get 3 solid guys, 3-4 solid guys, add a couple, depth pieces just in case. You're going to be okay.
Well, man. I think even with 3, because you have Fields' legs.
Right, exactly. But that's why I think they're going to take a wide receiver, because it sets them up long term too. You know what I mean? Because DJ Moore is going to want to get his bread after his contract's up,
for sure.
And so is the other wide receiver if he produces. But like, you're going to have weapons now. And their running game is what it is. It's Montgomery, right?
Or what if they trade? They just got all those picks. What if they trade one of them for D-Hop?
They could.
Then draft an offensive lineman and still get Tunsil or Shaq Mason or Donovan Mitchell.
It really depends on who they love more. Do they love Smith from Ohio State more than the lineman there at 9? I don't know. It's a great question. They could also move up in the draft. They could move up. They have ammo to move up.
A lot of it. But I don't think they would
I
move
don't
up
think they
because
move up
why
either.
not? Why would you wreck that? You have tons of high quality picks.
Their plan. What I saw in this trade was this is the plan. If Justin Fields doesn't pan out, we have our first round pick next year, and we're gonna have the Panthers. We're banking on the Panthers to be dog shit again. It's gonna be another high draft pick. We have 2 picks. If I want to move up and go get my quarterback next year, I can do that. I can trade Fields, get something from him, and use those 2 picks that I have now and go get my quarterback and then get the compensation from Fields.
Now look,
Now you're back into you are back into the fold because then you also have those 2 other second round picks. You could also use the trade for other pieces or use it up for next year in the draft. They have ammo. Dude,
the only way this works out for the Panthers, because there's no price tag on getting your franchise quarterback. If they nail the pick, whether it be Stroud or Richardson or Young, there's no price too much. It doesn't matter. So the Panthers gambled. I don't know if it'll work out, but we will see.
No, well, I think this is a lot of pressure on Justin Fields.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
a lot of people, nobody's talking about it, but if he does not produce, bro, he is out in Chicago. I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you. They ain't getting. They're not accumulating picks.
Oh no, this is a prove it year without a doubt. It's not even a
100%.
question. This is 100% a prove it year.
Because now it's gonna be like all the question marks are out. We got you the wide receiver. Now
Wide receivers.
Yes, and we're going to get you to the offensive line. What the fuck can you do? If they are a bottom 10 team again, you can bet that house on it. He's out.
And if Rodgers goes to the Jets, the Vikings trade Cook.
Yep.
They just lost Thielen. Who knows what's going to happen with Kirk Cousins? The Lions, I think the Lions will be better, but they should compete in that division. You can't lose to Jordan Love, Kirk Cousins, and Jared Goff. You should be able to compete with those 3 guys.
They also got a couple of defensive pieces. They got Tremaine Edmonds from
and TJ Edwards. They got him from Buffalo.
They got some great pieces.
I forgot to mention that. Good job.
So they got 2 linebackers that they lacked for their defense. So their defense
after trading Roquan Smith.
Their defense can be even better.
Yep,
exactly. So look, I think the Bears home run. This trade made every sense in the book. From it covers them this year and it covers them in the future.
Yep.
Because like I said, if Fields doesn't pan out, they have ammo to go get that.
They're in a win-win. If Fields plans out, you're good. If Fields stinks, you have every tool you need to go get your quarterback.
The Bears have a stacked deck. It just depends on how they spend.
Shout out to Ryan Poles.
Yeah, he did an
awesome
excellent
GM.
job. Yep.
I don't know how I feel about Matt Eberflus, but we'll find out on that. Jets optimistic to land Aaron Rodgers. They just signed Alan Lazard to a 20. Well, it's 42 million, I think, with 20 million guaranteed.
It's what?
Something like that.
Did that just break?
You didn't know they signed Lazard this afternoon?
No, I didn't. I know they were in talks, but I didn't know they actually signed.
Yeah, you was fixing your fence?
4 years, I was fixing my fence. For everybody that knows and you've been watching for the entire hour, my fence fell, so that's why he's alluding to. So yeah, just roll with it.
I love the demise.
Yeah, I know you do.
I
love it.
I love that fucking
Anything
demise.
that happens to me negatively, he has a kick out.
I love it.
It's just amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Real friends, man. How many of us?
Yeah, how many of us, motherfucker?
Yeah, you're right. 4 years, 44 million. That's a lot of bread for Lazard.
Well, only 20 million's guaranteed.
I mean, look, I get it. They're trying to get Aaron Rodgers to come there, but is that a done deal?
Well, now Aaron Rodgers gave a list of people he would want. It was Alan Lazard, Odell Beckham, Randall Cobb, and Mercedes Lewis. For what it's worth, Mercedes Lewis had 6 catches for 66 yards last year.
Say these names again.
Randall Cobb.
Yeah.
Alan Lazard. Odell Beckham and Mercedes Lewis are the players that Aaron Rodgers wanted to target. So my question is, when he was in Green Bay and wasn't winning, it was, man, he ain't got no wide receivers. So now he wants to go to the Jets and bring the same wide receivers.
Well, no, they have Garrett Wilson. They have Elijah.
Garrett Wilson's a stud. What's going to suck is Corey Davis. He's probably going to get cut. Elijah Moore, Philly, sign Elijah Moore as your 3.
I think he's going to stay.
I don't, because he would be the odd man out if they just sign Lazard. If you have Wilson, Lazard, and OBJ.
I don't think OBJ. I think OBJ is smoke and mirrors. I think Elijah Moore is really good. I think he just needs an opportunity.
Me too. No, I agree with you. Right now, I would rather have Elijah Moore. I'm just saying I think that if they bring in Odell Beckham, they're going to pay for him. He's not going to ride the pine.
Well,
Elijah Moore's still on a rookie deal.
He'll be a 4.
Yeah, but he's not going to accept that.
I agree.
He's going to want to get traded.
Okay, I see.
Philly, bring him in.
So wait a minute. So you're naming all these names, and you know what's funny about it is that when Brady went to the Bucks, he was not pulling out these mid-ass names.
Nope.
He was going after the big fishes. So what that tells me, and they all accepted, they all wanted to play with Brady. Where is all this love from the superstars that for Rodgers? I don't see anybody coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, I would go to New York for Rodgers." 100%. I don't hear that shit.
Nope.
Nothing. That's the weirdest. That tells me everything I need to know between the two quarterbacks. Right there. That right there just tells me everything I need to know, bro.
I don't know where Aaron Rodgers stands. I have no idea. Like, are they going to sign all them and then he's gonna retire?
What if he does that?
That would be the funniest thing in the entire world.
So I had a theory about the Rodgers thing, and this was if the whole Jets thing was kind of smoke and mirrors, because yesterday there was a lot of buzz about him going to the Jets. It was a done deal. He was going to there.
Trey Wingo said it.
Yeah, but now as time has passed, it's gotten quieter and quieter and quieter, and now nobody's saying, and now nobody, even Pat McAfee, say I can't confirm anything.
He's going on Pat McAfee show tomorrow at 1:00.
Okay, well then maybe he'll confirm that.
I doubt he would break the news like that, but I think he's gonna give you a deadline.
Sure, maybe. But the thing is, it's like Aaron Rodgers on a podcast, Pat McAfee show, he said, "You don't know shit about my personal life. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." So I think he's telling the media, you guys are being foolish. You guys, everybody's jumping on this Jets bandwagon because everybody listens to the media. They don't even know me personally, and they're already making decisions for me. Do you think that could play a role in it? Do you think Rodgers is kind of fucking with the media a little bit?
Oh,
saying,
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I told you guys don't know anything about me. Everybody said I was going to the Jets. Here I am staying with Green Bay.
Well, Aaron Rodgers has a knack for just being an enigma. He loves that. So, like, for me, I think he appreciates what he does. He giving the media a taste of their own medicine with the vaccine thing.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And in a weird way, because I've grown to really love this guy personally, not as a football player, but in a weird way, I kind of understand them. Because how many times have reporters jumped a gun? Instead of trying to be right, they're just trying to be first. And then what do? It's a smear campaign. So, like, for him holding off, like, I kind of, in a way, I'm like, all right, dude, like, I understand it.
Yeah, so that's my thing. It's like, all right, dude, like, I'm going to mess with the media. Everybody thinks I'm going to the Jets.
However, it's unfair to the Jets and the Packers and all the other players that are trying to do shit. That it is unfair on. Like, he should look, there's no time limit on it. Free agency just started.
I'm sorry. You're interested in my services.
Correct. That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
here
saying.
to massage your ass.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I wish you were.
Well, whoa. I'm not here I'm not here for that. I'm here to do my job. Whether you want to do it or like whether you want to believe in me or not, I don't really give a fuck. I'm here to do my shit. So I understand what you're saying. He's doing disservice to all them, but that's not his.
You know what else I gotta say though, dude? My thing is when he was in Green Bay, he had no say of who they were signing and all that because he was complaining about that. He said, I should have a say in the hiring of people who directly affect my job. I should be involved in those conversations. He should be involved in this. All right, you can't win with the young guys. That's cool. Who do you want? I want Lazard. That's my main man. All right, go get him. Who else you want? I want Odell. What he's doing for Cobb, I get it. Because if Cobb's not with Aaron Rodgers, he's not going to get signed.
Has he earned that respect, though? Has he earned that?
Yes and no.
You're telling that's like me going to my boss and telling him, yo, we got to get rid of him, and him. We got to bring this guy and this guy and this guy. You think he's going to listen to me? Think about that.
No, but it's.
I haven't earned it. I haven't shown you something.
I know, but he has won a Super Bowl. He's won MVPs. Like, I get it. But when you bring him there, are you guys an instant Super Bowl contender? I say no.
Bro, he hasn't won a Super Bowl since I was like 18 years old, bro. I'm 30.
I know. No, I know. You hear me. I've been fighting about Aaron Rodgers on the show for 2 years.
He's never won.
I know. Not 21.
Hanging in me.
But my thing is like I feel like he has earned that he can request players he wants to play with. I do. I believe he's in that tier.
I agree with you. I mean
he's looking out for Randall Cobb. I like that. Because if you were bum juice and I was a quarterback, I would say like, yo, bring on my man Theories.
Yeah, bro. Bring on.
No.
That's fucking crazy.
Go get Randall Theories.
That's wild, yo.
So that's,
I don't think
so
you like
I
that.
understand that.
I get it. I just don't. My thing is the whole Rodgers thing. It would be fucking sweet where he would just like, yo, I told it. Everybody believes I'm going to the Jets. Meanwhile, I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm staying in fucking Green Bay.
He can't do that.
I'm gonna get D-Hop. I'm gonna get OBJ. I'm gonna get all them boys. You want Alan Lazard? Good. Get him off our books. We're gonna get the other guys. That would be fucking fantastic, bro. Because you're right. He's complaining about the guys that he's playing with. But yeah, I mean, like he does like Alan Lazard, though, in fairness.
But I mean, is there a huge difference between Christian Washington and Garrett Wilson? They're both going to be second-year players. Christian Watson looked all right in his last 5 games. I know Garrett Wilson won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
He's just not. He's not as polished as Garrett Wilson.
Correct. Garrett Wilson's outstanding. He's going to be
amazing.
an excellent. He's going to be a wide receiver 1 next year in fantasy.
Yeah. So do you think Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets? Slam dunk?
Yes.
100%.
As soon as they signed Alan Lazard, yes.
I'm at 85. I think there's something going on, bro.
I just think it's Aaron Rodgers saying, I'm going to take my time. You don't control me. And I think it's plain and simple. And I think that in a world of instant gratification, people don't value time.
I mean, bro, the players that he's trying to bring on is insane, though. I mean,
well,
Mercedes Lewis is crazy.
Here's the thing.
I mean, look, they're locker room guys, and I get it. And maybe it's not as crazy now that I'm thinking about it, because maybe they could help the younger locker room in the Jets because they are a young team. So maybe bringing veteran guys to help lead by example would be a great thing for the Jets. But those guys should be able to contribute too in other ways.
Yeah. No, I agree. He also needs offensive line help. Chris Broussard put out an awesome stat today. Green Bay was a top 5 offensive line. The Jets were like bottom 2 or something like that.
Oh, so Aaron Rodgers hasn't felt the pressure yet.
Nope.
He's going to learn.
Yeah, you're going to learn today.
He's going to learn.
So if he goes to the Jets, where do you see them? Where do they stand?
I'm not willing them to make them the division winners as of yet.
Oh, no, me neither.
I think they'll be the favorite.
I don't.
I do. Because Buffalo lost a lot of pieces. Jets are gaining.
Well, but Miami's not going nowhere. And now you have Jalen Ramsey as your second best corner. Miami's the favorite.
Miami's on the radar.
And then I would have the Jets and I would have the Bills third.
Miami's on the radar, but they have a lot of question marks, especially a quarterback. Because if Tua goes down again, what do you have?
Mike White.
Okay. Well, he's a backup.
Or
That's what he
Brady.
is. Who?
Brady.
Brady. I mean,
Just kidding. He's not
that'd be nuts. But I mean, Mike White's a backup, bro.
Yeah. No, I know. I was only kidding.
Like,
it's Tua or a bust.
That's what I'm saying. So like you're putting all. I'm not gonna put all my eggs in the Tua basket, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with somebody who's been a little bit more of an Iron Man than Tua,
FR.
which would be Aaron Rodgers.
So on the subject of the Dolphins, they trade a 3rd-round pick for Jalen Ramsey and pick up Tua's 5th-year option. I love them picking up Tua's 5th-year option because we've seen when he's healthy, he can play. Jalen Ramsey for a 3rd, I believe that's a steal.
I believe they got kind of hosed a little bit, but
A 3rd-round pick for Jalen Ramsey?
Yep.
Come on, fam. Bring up this weird stat.
No, well, I'm not bringing up any stats. The bottom line is you traded a 3rd-round pick and now you're paying a cornerback $36 million guaranteed the next 2 years. It's a lot of money,
It's
bro.
20 this year and 16 next.
Exactly.
But
Is
bro,
Jalen Ramsey worth that much money? Dude, if you look at his play, dude, he got traded for 2 first-round picks at age 24.
Yeah.
At age 28, he got traded for a 3rd-rounder, cuz.
Nick, he
That's
had a
fucking wild.
but dude, the
There's
cornerback
a drop-off,
the
Mike.
cornerback opposite of him on the Rams was trash.
But there's a drop-off.
He's going to be much improved with Xavier Howard on the other side of the ball.
Maybe, yeah, because
They got a steal for a 3rd-rounder? What?
Yeah, but you got to understand, you paid a 3rd-round pick, and you also got to pay him $36 million guaranteed. That's why the pick is so low.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Because
just saying,
all
but
right, we'll give you a 3rd-rounder because we got to pick up his contract. That's why it was so low. I mean, I'm not trading a 1st for him.
oh no, hell no.
But a 2nd-round pick, maybe like a late second.
If he came to the Eagles and they traded a 3rd-round pick, absolutely.
Yeah, but you also got to pick up the contract. I mean, look.
Oh, I know that. I know that.
If you look at the money being spent, Bradbury got 3 years, $38 million. To me, the Eagles got his fucking steal. If I can have Bradbury for three years, $38 million, as opposed to Ramsey with $36 million guaranteed for the next 2 years, and I paid a 3rd-round pick for him, I'm taking Bradbury every day.
So am I, all day long.
That's why I think it was kind of like it looks great on paper. I think in the grand scheme, I actually think the Rams did something good.
It fits the timeline for the Dolphins. It fits perfectly. Because if they believe Tua is their guy,
yes, I agree.
You have this year to figure it out. It's his 5th year,
and he's won a Super Bowl, so he has that pedigree to him.
Can bring
I
it to
totally
him.
agree.
Yeah.
But in terms of the Rams, I love this deal for him. They got something for him. An aging superstar.
I felt like
corner.
they could have did better. I thought they could have got a second for him.
Yeah, but the key for them was getting the money off the books because they were already in cap casualty with it. The Bobby Wagner contract last year. Paying Aaron Donald all this money, Cooper Kupp, Stafford. They have a lot of money on the book. So them trying to clear the deck and getting rid of Jalen Ramsey, where he's at his peak, like next year, he's gonna be less.
They should trade Stafford. They should trade Stafford now. They need to start recouping now because that team, they have no corners.
I like what they did. I don't mind it. I think
they don't have any corners.
That's okay.
But they didn't even make the playoffs last year. Stafford, who knows what he's going to be when he comes back? I think it's over.
The corner, or you have somebody in house that you believe in.
It's over for the Rams.
Yes, I firmly believe so.
Yeah.
But Sean McVay is a good coach, so you never know. You really don't, man. I mean, look at Baker. Baker looking like he's going to get another shot in the NFL based on his time with the Rams.
Yeah.
So the Rams are going to be good offensively. It's going to be their defense, but we'll see.
All right, Jimmy G goes to the Raiders. 3 years, $67.5 million with $34 million guaranteed. Do you think it's an upgrade from Derek Carr?
Yes.
Wow, I'm shocked. So do I.
And I like Derek Carr.
That's why I'm shocked that you said that.
Jimmy G. I think Jimmy G has won. He's proven. He's won
53.
To the Super Bowl.
He's 53 and 21 as a starter. Derek Carr is 63. He's 63 and 79 as a starter. Jimmy G is better than Derek Carr. Now, look, I feel like it sucks for them because they lost Waller today to the Giants. We'll get to that in a minute. But he had the league's leading rusher and the best wide receiver in the game. And you won 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Yep. Derek Carr is what he is. And with Jimmy G now, he's familiar with McDaniels.
Correct.
I think that if you set the over and under right now at 6.5 games, I think it'll be around 5, 6.5 games. I take the over.
Me too.
I think the Raiders, this is the year now. If Josh McDaniels is any type of coach, this is the year where I think the Raiders could be that team. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know yet, but that's a really hard division, and the AFC is loaded.
Yep.
Especially if Rodgers goes to the Jets. But I think that that's a team that can be in that 7th seed running. I absolutely do, especially if Jimmy G stays healthy.
Dude, I totally agree with you. I love this deal.
And now they have more money to go get defensive players. They just got Epps. That defense should be improved. You can go spend now and get a corner or two. Get a safety, get a linebacker. Like, you can now build because he's so cheap. I think it's only like $23 or $25 million.
Yeah.
This year, it's cheap.
The Raiders, they just traded Darren Waller to the Giants. So they have Foster Monroe as their backup tight end.
I forgot about Foster Monroe. He can play a little.
They could also be in the tight end market as well. But yeah, I love this move for him. This tells me that Josh McDaniels is like, fuck this. This is my last year. I need somebody that can come in here and run my system. Somebody who has familiarity with what I do and can produce at the same time. I have Devontae Adams. I have Hunter Renfrow. We just signed Jacoby Myers, which, by the way, is an underrated signing. That dude can run the entire tree. Jacoby Myers.
Oh, I know. I'm damn it. I meant to add that in here.
Slam dunk. They got 3 wide receivers. They traded the headache of Waller.
Yep.
They franchise tagged Jacob, so he's coming back. This team looks like they're going to be primed. I think they're going to be
Hunter Renfrow is going to have a big bounce back year because Jacoby Myers on the outside now. You get Hunter Renfrow back in the slot. They are going to be fine. Jacoby Myers is an underrated signing because he's a good He's a good wide receiver.
Yeah.
I love the move for him. I'm happy for Jimmy G. I hope he stays healthy.
Underrated, bro.
I'm happy for Jimmy G. I hope he stays healthy because he gets so disrespected. And if he makes the playoffs with the Raiders, I don't want to hear anything else about this guy.
I don't want to hear shit.
He's a winner.
Yeah.
Period.
I love it. I think it's a great deal. I think it's really less risk. Truthfully.
Yeah.
3 years, $67.5 million, $34 million guaranteed. All right. If Jimmy G doesn't work out this year, no problem. We quarterbacks pay $35 million a year.
Yeah.
That's what they are. So if it doesn't work out, okay, he got his money and he bounced.
I got news for you. I'd take Jimmy G over Daniel Jones.
Me too.
I take Derek Carr over Daniel Jones.
Me too. I think Jimmy G slept on. I think he's gonna shine with the Raiders. I do. I really like it. I like the him and McDaniels combination.
Yep. I think it's good for Vegas.
And when he had McDaniels in New England, when he did play when Brady was out, when during due to
it was all right.
They was all right, but New England never had a wide receiver like Devontae Adams. They never had wide receiver like Hunter Renfrow. I mean, outside of Edelman.
Yeah.
I mean, all they had was Edelman. Now they have fucking 3-headed monster, and you have a good running back on top of that. I mean, look, sky's the limit for them. If they can clean up that defense, they're gonna be a team to watch.
They'll be
man.
formidable for sure.
Yeah, they definitely.
All right, Austin Eckler requests a trade after no deals reached. That's wild.
I'm shocked.
Me too.
I am wildly shocked because I think he's one of the best running backs in the league.
If not the best. And I think
machine.
Ezekiel Elliott right now is the reason no running backs are going to get paid for a while.
Sadly.
It's crazy. Like a running back I thought Josh Jacobs was going to get a 15 mil deal, but nobody's touching that because Ezekiel Elliott literally got that, had one good year, and has been garbage since.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think would be the best fit for him? I'm upset because I wanted it to be the Eagles because him on the Eagles would
be
been
stupid.
Amazing.
Stupid.
But we signed Rashad. If Tom changed, she wouldn't get a penny.
They did. Yeah, I know. Well, he'll be on the IR week by week too.
Well, here's the thing. If he could play 12, 13 games for them, high upside, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you're paying for the
it's
upside.
Cheap. It's cheap. But behind that offensive line, who knows? Him, Gainwell, and Boston Scott, I'll take it.
I think the best destination for Eckler would be the Buffalo Bills. The problem is, I think they're also in cap.
Can't afford them.
Can't afford them. But if I had to go down a list of teams, man, that's tough, dude. I personally, I think the Buffalo Bills are the best destination.
What about the Chiefs?
The Chiefs won't now because it's in the same division. There's no way they'll trade them there. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That would be crazy. And not for nothing, Pacheco looks like a home run.
Pacheco.
So I just remember Pacheco. So
he would be great. Another team that would surprise some people, the Saints. I mean, what's Kamara's status?
They have cap hell.
You think so?
Yeah, they can't afford him, especially with.
Well, they moved a little bit of money around with Cam Jordan
and Michael Thomas, but I don't think they have enough. What about the Dolphins?
Oh, they
got Ramsey.
They just signed Raheem.
Yeah.
Raheem. Two years, like $4 million or something.
Oh, they did sign him.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. He works. Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, look,
the best fit is the Chargers because if the Chargers lose him, they will feel that.
Do you think they're going to lose him?
No.
I don't think so either.
Too important.
I think so. I mean, who's another sleeper team that we could think of? What's the audience think? Who do you think? What's the best fit for Mr. Austin Eckler and his services? Because that dude's a beast, bro. He's getting 20 touchdowns a year.
I got a team. Chicago Bears.
Oh, that could work.
Ton of cap space. Him and Justin Fields in the backfield. Good luck on the RPO.
I like it, bro. Okay.
Him talk.
That is him talk. I didn't think about the Bears. Wow.
You got to think more.
I do.
No, the Broncos are in the same division. Wow. Yeah. What about the Ravens?
Nah.
J.K. Dobbins, but he's garbage.
Man, that's tough, dude. I gotta be honest with you. I think the only destination that makes sense to me is the Bills, but I don't know if
the Bears
and the Bears. Bills and the Bears are the only teams that make any sense. Yeah. Falcons, no. I mean, if you run down the teams, I don't see a fit. I don't see a fit there. Look at the Eagles division. Ain't happening. Commanders, maybe?
Nah, Brian Robinson's a good running back.
Correct. Dallas? No.
Nah. Tony Pollard.
There's nobody left.
The Bears.
The Bears make sense. Okay.
And the Bears have the capital to give them a higher pick.
I'm with you, bro. All right. You got my attention.
Major. Appreciate it. Lamar Jackson to consider sitting out the season without a contract. Do you think anybody offers him? Because I heard an interesting theory by Get Nick Right, and it made a lot of sense.
What's his theory?
He thinks that if somebody's going to offer Lamar Jackson a contract, it would be after the draft. Because like the Colts or something. Because hear me out. The Colts have a high pick at number 4. They could draft a guy they want, like a lineman or whoever they want, corner, whatever, because they just traded Gilmore. Now, if you trade for him after the draft, you lose those 2 first-round picks, but for the next 2 years, but you get your quarterback. But this year, why would you ruin getting rid of that 4th pick when you can go get a stud? That actually makes a lot of sense. And he fits Shane Steichen's scheme.
But would Lamar go to the Colts?
If they offer him $200 million, of course.
I think winning has to be a part of this formula too, though.
He would win with there.
You think so?
I mean, look, Michael Pittman would be the best wide receiver he's ever played with. Jonathan Taylor, best running back he's ever played
They
with.
play in the dome.
They play in the dome.
I can't see
Why
him being a
not?
Colt, though.
It's an easy division. Well, no, you got the Jags now, but him and Trevor Lawrence would battle.
I think the Atlanta Falcons make the most sense. I'm kind of shocked about this.
I don't know if anybody's going to offer him. And I think it's a collective effort of
This is coming down.
collusion of who blinks first, but I think it's collusion amongst GMs because they don't want to give guaranteed contracts. And I also think that, you know who else is
That's not
hoping
collusion, though.
for it to not happen? Yeah, they're all banding together
Well,
and saying like, yo, do not offer him a contract. But do you know who else is winning from that? Agents. Because if he gets the fully guaranteed contract he needs, other players might be like, well, why do I got to give him 10%? I could do it myself. Lamar just did it. Could be bad for business.
I don't think anybody's going to offer him anything. I think this is going to come down to the offseason. I think it's going to be literally like late into training camp. I think it's going to be a camp holdout situation, dude. I think it's going to be really ugly. I would be shocked if Lamar Jackson plays next year.
Wow.
The way this
Holy
is trending.
shit.
I'm telling you, I think this is going to go right into camp. If nobody offers him, he's not signing a tender. Why the fuck would I? I'll sit out.
For $32 million?
I'll sit the fuck out. I don't give a shit. I'm sitting the fuck out, and that's it. Because he's got to sign that thing, the tender, and then he's able to play. But the problem is with that whole thing is until he signs that tender, he can't get traded. He can't get traded, bro. So he has to sign it in order for the Ravens to move him.
I feel so bad for him, dude, because
this is going to training camp, Mike. This is going to be in training camp. It's going to be a big thing. He's going to hold out, and it's going to be a nightmare.
When you see Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones getting contracts, man, and Lamar Jackson, an MVP, 45-16 as a starter, led the league in touchdown passes his MVP year. I don't understand it, man. What am I missing?
I do understand it, though, because the amount of money he's asking for is not maybe that might. The Ravens might be uncomfortable giving somebody the $200 million guarantee.
Well, they're going to be more uncomfortable when they win 5 games for the next 5 years and don't have an MVP on their roster with those bullshit wide receivers.
I get it, but you're not going to sacrifice what you stand for as an organization for one player. You're not.
All right. Well, you know,
don't sacrifice your core values for what's going on.
Stop with the core values, dude.
You don't.
What is their core values? Not be good?
I'm just saying, maybe they don't believe in a quarterback-centric contract like that.
Oh, well, that's fine. And then you know what you're not going to believe in? Winning. And that's perfectly fine and have fun.
The Ravens have never been that, though, bro.
I understand that, but you know what a true sign of intelligence is? Changing your opinion with new information.
But that's not the culture they built.
Hey, sometimes you got to change the culture a little bit.
Look,
circumstances change.
One team may believe in paying a quarterback $200 million. Another team may not believe in that. Maybe you have somebody serviceable who can get us there because we have a good defense. We run the football. We could do all these other things.
You run the football. Your running backs get hurt.
I get it.
3 days.
I get it, but that's their system they believe in. They believe in that system. It's what they do.
Well, for them,
run the football and play good defense.
I hope they leave.
They've never been a passing elite team. They've never been that way. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't. Maybe they don't believe in the long-term ability of Lamar Jackson. We will find out because he got, like I said, he got hurt the last 2 years. That didn't help his case now.
Yeah.
It didn't help his case.
I know. It sucks.
Whether it's fair or not, it's just if I'm paying somebody $200 million and the guy's coming off of two knee injuries, I'm looking at it like, all right, dude, maybe I'm not going to pay this guy $200 million. I'll give you the 3-year, $133 million guaranteed, but I ain't going above that.
Maybe.
That's a fair. I see
it's tough though,
I see that angle, but when you look at Daniel Jones getting $160 million, you're getting Geno Smith 3 years, $105 with $52 million guaranteed in the first year. When you look at these contracts, you do feel bad for Lamar. You do, bro. I see what you're saying, but the situation he's in, he's with a team that doesn't necessarily believe in that mantra of building a team. That's how I see it. Because if they did, they would have paid him. They would have paid him already. And that's what I don't understand. Like, to me, it screams they don't believe in the long-term ability of paying somebody $200 million coming off two injuries.
Yeah.
Period.
I know. Well, that's what it looks like.
Because if you do that, you are in cap hell. Who can we sign? How do we get weapons? Now you're
well, they don't have him now, and he was on a rookie deal. So again, where's the money?
Defense.
Has the defense won you anything?
No, but it could.
It hasn't.
It could if my quarterback would have stayed healthy all those games.
Well, why? Tyler Huntley's fine. You don't believe in paying your quarterback, so there's your backup. You have Tyler Huntley. How did that playoff game work? The playoff game you should have won. How'd that work out for you? You got Tyler Huntley. There's your mantra. There's your team building.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm you're going off of Tyler Huntley. I'm looking at like players like Derek Carr,
mid.
those kind of guys,
Mid.
guys that have experience and have been there before.
But
like,
Nick, you have to understand, bro. Like I'm just saying, those wide receivers are garbage. They stink, dude.
So do you think what's his name? Marquise Brown stinks?
Yeah, he good.
He's all right.
Yeah, he all right. I was talking about this year.
He-
Besides Hollywood Brown, but Hollywood Brown wasn't he injured? He was injured, I
A
think.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit my ass. You know he was injured.
Mhm.
Rashad
Yeah,
Bateman.
Mark Andrews.
You want Bateman in your ass? He was he was injured all year
You
too.
want Kirk in your mouth or Bateman in your ass?
But my thing is that they were always injured. He was throwing to Devin Duvernay. He was on Juddy's squad, but he's poop.
Okay, but if you are the quarterback of that team, you have to get him better. That's your job.
That's fucking insane. He
Why is that?
did.
Did he?
Yeah, he was 8-3 before he went down. He was perfectly fine, Lamar.
I know, but what I'm saying is you make your wide receivers better.
And he did that. He did just that.
So then why are we naming these wide receivers? So they had they didn't have anybody.
Because I'm using those wide receivers because they stink. Lamar Jackson was making them better. Therefore, Lamar Jackson should earn more money.
I don't know, maybe.
We'll
Maybe.
see.
Remember, 2 injuries, that's the result you're gonna get, brother.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way it's the name of the game, cuz I don't would you pay somebody $200 million if they just had two knee?
Yes,
New
because
injuries?
an injury
No
could happen
shot
at
you
any
are,
time.
bro. No
An injury,
shot, dude.
an injury could happen at any time.
No shot you are, dude. No shot.
But when other players got it, you have to. You have to pay them.
You don't have to. You can trade them. It looks like the Ravens they want to handcuff them. That's what it seems like.
Bullshit. Not fair to them.
I agree it's not fair, but it's the name of the game, bro.
All
They
right,
hold the leverage. They hold the leverage.
They
dude.
do.
It is what it is.
And they want to play chess now.
Yep.
Eagles lose Hargrave, Edwards, Epps, and Dillard. Jason Kelsey returns. We added Rashad. If Tom changed, she wouldn't get a penny. And Bradbury's staying put. So now all we got to do is lock up CJGJ and keep Slay on board, and we rocking and rolling. Because it was funny because yesterday everybody was laughing. Oh, the Eagles are getting depleted. Blah blah. Now we're good because everybody was assuming we were going to lose Bradbury.
Hargrave's a big loss, though.
I don't, Nick. I don't.
100%, dude. He
Nick.
had 11 sacks last year. Yeah.
Nick. So
on, bro.
the Eagles led the league in sacks. I'm glad
Okay.
you said that. They had 70.
Yeah.
So if you
He
take
contributed.
away his 11, right? How many did they have?
Well, he
59.
also, Yeah.
So without his 11 sacks, they were still number one.
right, but he also commands double teams at some times. You know what I mean? Like that matters, bro. That
They-
opens up a lot of things for other players.
But now you have Jordan Davis, you have Milton Williams. I don't understand. Like that's a lot of money for him. A lot.
That's what I'm saying. That's like, look, a team is not going to pay him 4 years, $84 million if he wasn't impactful.
I don't know. We ran the ball down the 49ers. Everybody was talking about how everybody was running the ball down the Eagles' throat. So why he was part of that defensive line. So what am I missing here?
Well, it also contributes to the linebackers being in the right spot, shooting the gap.
I get that, but he obviously wasn't causing any problems up front.
Well, I think I mean, the Eagles were middle of the pack. I think they were about 15th. They were ranked
Something
15th.
like that.
They were in the middle of the
Yeah.
pack. I mean,
I just think that's a lot of money for him. I mean, look, you're worth what you get paid,
sure.
but that's a lot of money for them.
I mean,
for him.
it makes sense for the Niners. I think the Niners they're going to be perfect.
Oh, he's going to be good there because
yeah.
he's not going to be able to get doubled.
I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of rare air to pay a 30-year-old D tackle.
That's what I'm saying. He's old.
$84 million.
He was from the Ravens, right?
He
Hargrave was from the Ravens.
From the Ravens. Yeah.
So he comes to the Eagles, and now you know what I mean. He's been here. We got the rest out of him.
I think the Niners it was a great deal for them in terms of what they needed, but I think they paid a boat for him. No, we got him from the Steelers, bro.
The Steelers,
Yeah.
same shit.
Yeah, same division.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
But so that's how I feel about that. Losing TJ Edwards, that stings a little bit. I like TJ Edwards, but you drafted Nakobe Dean last year. He should take that leap. You still got Jordan Davis on your line, but
I'm
Nakobe
excited about
Dean
him.
was drafted as him.
I'm excited about him, actually.
Yeah, Nakobe Dean was supposed to be a first round pick, and he slid.
Yeah.
Because remember you were saying
Well,
how
he
are
tore his
all
ACL.
Yeah, how are all
Leverage.
these people? How are all these people how are all these teams passing on him? You kept saying that. So I'm missing something. Well, they said it was the shoulder injury or whatever. But no, I think Bradbury staying put is excellent. Got him on a cheap deal.
I mean,
If
bro,
they could just get CJGJ back, we need Slay to restructure. And we could get CJ back. We need Slay to restructure.
do you think that happens? I think
I don't know.
I think the Eagles pull some strings here.
Yeah, I think they
do.
figure it out.
I think the Eagles are going to figure it out.
They're so together. I feel like they love each other. They want to be teammates.
Right.
So I think the Eagles are going to be just fine, to be honest.
I think so too. I saw a comment here from Steve. CJ Johnson deleted him in an Eagles number 3 jersey, but him in a Bengals number 3 jersey he kept up.
Oh, well, that's how we do it now.
Well,
we go to Instagram.
Well, that could also be another little ploy to like, hey, like you should pay my ass, bro. Come hit my jack because I'm willing to stay, but now I'm gonna fucking flirt with the idea of go fucking with somebody else.
You know what confuses me though? Why would the Bengals pay CJ GJ, but they didn't pay Jesse Bates? Jesse Bates went to the Falcons. Why would you not just pay Jesse Bates? Jesse Bates is one of the best safeties in football. I don't understand that. I'm dead ass serious. Why would you not pay him?
I know. It doesn't make any sense. Well, maybe, CJ Johnson, I like the way he plays.
Oh, yeah, because he lays the wood.
He lays the wood. He's like a Cam Chancellor kind of guy, bro.
Yeah.
Like you
reminds me of the Dawkins, the guy that wants to hit.
Like your wide receivers are going to have, some type of thoughts in their head when they're going across the middle. Yeah. That's what you want. That's exactly what you want. You want to throw the opponent off, and that's how you do it. You hit them hard. When you have a thumper like that in the back, it helps out a lot of things. I think the Eagles are going to keep him though. I do. I think he's.
Me too. So do I.
I think he's going to find a way because I think he actually really liked playing in Philly.
That's what I'm saying. And Jalen, they all love Jalen Hurts. Mm-hmm. But last topic before we get out of here, Cowboys today add Stephon Gilmore. I think that's a great pickup for them.
I love Gilmore.
However, my only issue is they need more offense. They didn't lose in the playoffs last year because of their defense. Well,
no, the reason why they got Gilmore is because when you're playing against a Philadelphia Eagles team with Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and those boys, you got to defend. You got to defend, bro.
But if your offense can't score more than 12 points, the defense ain't going to do no good for you because they're not holding the Eagles to 10 points.
Well, they're betting against Mike McCarthy to call the plays, and they're which to me doesn't make any sense because Dallas was number 2 in overall offense with what's his name? Cooper Rush or Kellen Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush is insane.
My bad. Sorry, Kellen Moore. They were number 2 overall. So their offense didn't take a hit.
It's going to this year.
Yeah, I agree.
They're going to regress this year.
I agree, but
and they just lost Noah Brown.
Right. So, but their game plan is going to be run the football and play good defense and just strap up. That's just the way they got to do it.
Could they make a trade for D-Hop?
Sure, they could. I think they're in the running for him too. You know what?
D-Hop added to them would be a legitimate Super Bowl contender.
I'm going to say it right now. I think D-Hop's either going to the Cowboys, I think he's going to the Bears, or I think he's going to the Ravens. It's either of those 3 teams, in my opinion.
I'm going to say if he goes to Dallas, the Cowboys are legitimate Super Bowl contenders.
But they're not better than the Eagles.
No, Eagles.
Because the Eagles have two corners.
We're still the best team in the NFC. We have the best quarterback in the NFC, and we're
better.
Yeah, we're just better.
Yeah, from every
way you slice it, we're a better.
Like D-Hop, that makes them a really. Because in my opinion, they'll have 2 number 1s. Absolutely. I think CeeDee Lamb's the number 1 wide receiver, whether you want to believe it or not.
He came in on the end of
the year. He did. He started off slow, but you need that, man. You need to get into a groove and figure out what you're good at and then adjust. Yeah. He had to adjust because he was never the guy until Amari left. But yeah, that'll be interesting. D-Hop is probably going to go to the Cowboys, though.
All right, guys, that concludes episode 148. Pass it off to Theories, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our social platforms as you do not want to miss our daily content on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. And we will see you guys next week at P&I, baby.